Hi guys, so I mentioned before that I was putting together these progress trackers for some of my coaching students. Just the ones that need it. So it's not all of my coaching students, just those that I feel could use something like this. And so what I've done is I went and I pulled the assignment names, and then I built a due date based on when they should be done with the course, and then worked backwards from there. And then this is what I've been giving to them as a spreadsheet. And so you can kind of see that through the four courses that this child's taking. But then I got to thinking to myself, what if there was a way that I could turn this into a calendar for the child? Because if we can make it a calendar, then they can get a email every single morning that has what they should be doing for that day. So I got to think about how to do that, and that's when I came up with this. Um, so this student assignment calendar, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and we're going to pull those same assignments. I'll show you how I pulled those here in just a second. It's a pretty manual process, but I'll still walk through it. And then we'll look at what we need to do to build these specific fields, which are what we're going to use to make the CSV file and to make the calendar. So let's pop back to this sheet right here, which has all of the assignments and the subject name on a single sheet. So what I did to make that happen is I went into each of the classes and I just copied and pasted this, right? Just did a quick like highlight, drag down, grabbed them. Because I'm on a Mac, there's a program called TextEdit, but if you're on a PC, there's a similar one. I believe it's called Notepad. So we are just gonna make a new one, file new. All right, and I'm just gonna paste that in. And then what I did is I just started grabbing these titles, right? So contact info, whatever the child needed to do. Copied that, came back into originally into this progress tracker and pasted the name in. Now one of the things I wanted though is I wanted it for the calendar. So if we come back to here, you notice in the subject, I would like it to say the course name and then the assignment name. So to make that happen, what I did is I made a line, called it marine biology, left a space, left a dash, and then left another space. And we're going to use a trick called concatenation, and I'll show you what that looks like real quick. So anytime you're starting a formula in Excel or in Google Spreadsheet, just start with an equal sign, and then we're going to look for that formula. It's called concatenate, and here's what that one does. It's pretty magic actually. So we're going to click on this cell, and it's not exactly what I want to do. Hang on, half a second. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I want to grab this marine biology cell, and I want to copy that cell, and I'm going to paste it right here. And then I'm going to take that cell and I want to drag it all the way down through the marine biology assignments. Alright, now we're going to use the concatenate trick. So for concatenation, we're going to put in the equal sign, start typing concatenate, we're going to hit it, alright, and then we're going to start talking about which cells. And so what concatenate does is it automatically merges cells for you. So for example, I want each cell to start with marine biology. So we're going to hit that, and then I want it to add what's in A2. So we're going to put a comma, we're going to put A2, and we're going to hit enter, and I did something wrong. Oh, because A2 is that one. So what I meant was A3. So we're going to put it A3, and watch, it's going to automatically fix it, which is pretty cool. Okay, so now I have one that's making this assignment called Marine Biology, Major Coral Reef Diseases, and then here comes the magic. Just grab the bottom corner, pull it down, and it's now built the names for every single one of those assignments for me. So now I want to grab those, I want to copy them, and I want to paste them over here. And I think what I need to do is paste special values only. That's what I wanted. So there are, so it didn't give me my space after that second dash, but that's not a big deal. And then I'm going to repeat that process for each of the classes. So I'll show it again with English 12. But I won't make you watch the other ones. You can of course fast forward now if you feel like you got it. So again, equal sign, concatenate, select it, and the first thing we want to merge to put in there is C25, that's C26, and A26. So we're going to go comma A26, and let's see what it does. I did something wrong there. Hang on a sec. Okay, so there's something that I did wrong is make sure there's no space up in your formula. So it's just a comma, not a comma space. All right, and then we're going to do the same trick. Grab that corner, we're going to drag it down. It's going to build all of those. I'm going to copy these cells. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to paste special. I'm going to paste values only. All right. So I'm going to do that same process for all 4 of the classes, and then what I've got from that information is assignment name and a date. Be right back. All right, so now I've got all of the courses, or all of the assignments with their course and a date. And the next thing I want to do is I want to sort them by date. So I'm going to get rid of some of these extra rows here in the middle just so they don't get in the way while we sort. So let's see here. So that wasn't supposed to happen. Control Z there. And we're going to get rid of this cell and this cell. And we're going to do the same thing for here. Okay. I'm going to sort them by their date on this cell. So we're going to sort sheet A to Z. And should have some that started with 411. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so they're now all in order. That's got what this child should do. Let me see. Yep. Miss a couple? Nope. Every single day. So what I need now is I need these 2 rows. So we're going to highlight those all the way down. And we're going to copy that. And we're going to come over to this export to CSV. So if you want to copy this, you can have it, but the header for your CSV, you need to have subject, start date, start time, end date, end time. Is it an all-day event or not? Need to have description of the event. For now, it's none. Location. So I'm going to go and get the URL for each individual class and put that in there. Entry private. So that's it right here. We're going to paste that in. Right. Expand this cell because stack cells are a little crazy. And then you're going to notice we have the starting of a calendar. So the next thing to do is to start filling in these other cells. And you can do that. Right, so I want these just to be all-day events. So we're going to start at 8. And not all day, I want it to be like all school day. And we're going to end at 4, which is 1600. Don't have to use military time, you can use AM or PM if you want, after the time. Okay, and then I want the end date to be the same as the start date. So we're going to grab this column right here. And we are going to paste that into this column. And then the rest of them are just things that you have to have, right? So we're going to go false for all day event. And we don't need a description. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do with location here in just half a second. Just one more column. Alright, so these are the ones I know that are for marine biology. So what I want to do is I want to come over here, I want to grab this little tool. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay. So I may come back in and do this later, but for location I probably should have put those in before I sorted them by date. And that's because now I'd have to do this individually instead of just dragging them. So for right now, I'm just going to put in Schoology, and I'm going to drag this down. All right, so I now have a CSV file, or I have a file that's ready to be exported for CSV. So let's go take a look. We're going to go File, we're going to go Download As, and you want to save it as a CSV. All right, so that just downloaded, and now we're going to pop over into Google Calendar. Alright, so once you have your CSV file, what you want to do is you want to go over here, and you want to go to your settings, which is that gear, and then settings. And we are going to go to calendars, and we are going to create a new calendar. And this is just a test one, so I'm just going to call it student assignments. You can put a description, you can do lots of stuff if you want, but we're not going to do that right now. We are going to share this calendar with others, but not quite at this point in time. So down just a little bit lower where you can't see, there's a button that says Create Calendar, and I'm going to click that. So we now have our new calendar, and we're going to go back to Settings, and we're going to go Calendars, and we're going to go to Import a Calendar, right there. And the calendar we're going to pick is that Student Assignments, We're going to choose that CSV file. We're going to import it. So there's 120 events that I've just made. We're going to close that. All right, so there it is, student assignments. Now, we'll take a look at it in just a second, but what you want to do is you want to go to your shared settings, and you want to put your student's email address in here, and then you can decide what you want them to be able to do with it. Do you just want them to see it? Do you want to be able to add to it themselves or not? And then that'll share it with them. But let's go back and take a look at this calendar. So you'll notice now on my side here, so let me get to it, I've got one that's called student calendars, and it's just down below. You can't quite see it. But if you go to my day, right, this is what the child would see when they first come in. So it show them everything that they need to work on today. And then the thing that I'll show the child how to do is back in settings. Once they have this shared calendar in their calendars, they'd go to this one, and they can go to reminders and notifications. Right, and they can receive an email and even a text message once we get that set up if we have it connected with a phone. But they can get an email every single morning. That one's just for events, but daily agenda is the one. Perfect. So down here, just a little bit lower, they can set up their mobile phone if they want to. So that's how I'm going to do this. We'll see how it works. So for this particular child, they're going to have this on their calendar. They're going to get an email every single morning. This is what you need to work on today. And we'll see how that goes. If you have any questions, please let me know. Just another idea for how to do some of this stuff. All right, guys, talk to you soon.